Now that we have both sides clipped out of the way at the back, we can start to focus on our internal length and shape towards the front of the face. This is where a lot of the shaping and the shorter lengths and the movement are going to take place towards the end of the haircut. So it's important that we get this pivotal length and shaping first. Alessandro is going to be working with that initial guideline, working natural fall, coming forward on the face, and then cutting it down to the length that he wants to see that original shape. He's then going to be elevating that length up, using that front area that he's just cut through as a guide, and then starting to create a rounder shape vertically through the middle profile. Now, the reason we're working with a rounder shape on that vertical profile is so that we can create something that is a little bit more weightless running through the center and create something that doesn't build up any corners of weight, allowing there to be a bit more movement and a head hugging shape where the hair will naturally want to bevel round because there's not much weight in it at all. This is good in this type of hair type because the hair type itself is quite straight. We want to encourage as much movement in there as possible. So it's important we use the correct shape, the correct length, and then the correct product when styling to enhance the movement. We finally reached the last section, working from the sideburn area down the bottom of the ear, and he's working lots of clean tension with the small teeth of the comb and bringing everything into that center profile, making sure that his body and hand position has stayed completely consistent all the way through from section 1 all the way down in towards that last section. The key to this control is not only the dampness to the hair, making sure it's consistent from the roots through to the end, but also the tension through the fingers and then the texturizing through the cutting line. Alessandro is going to be starting in the center of the head to make sure that he gets the desired length and shape in the center, and from there he can work out towards the corners of the head, which is always the best option. We can see that he's choosing to work a square line through the back, meaning that the length at the bottom of the head will be gradually getting longer and longer, and the shortest point is right at the top, which will go directly into the length that we've cut through the sides. So the length from the sides is acting as a guide, and it's going to be used as the guide to work through that center profile and then cut to a square shape running through the center profile. Now, not only does a square shape create a nice flat finish, but it will also build up weight towards the bottom of the head and allow Alessandro to maintain more length at the bottom of the haircut. As we reach the last section, which goes to just behind the ear area, where we have that subsection from the front, we can see that we have that very clean square line, which has a lot of texture running through the ends because of the heavy point cutting Alessandro's done through the whole of this side. Again, this should match up very equally to the first side, making sure that we have that balance and symmetry from side 1 into 2. Once you have the length to your desired taste, we can now just respray some of the hair that's slightly dried up, as this hair type can typically become quite dry and you need to keep the moisture in it throughout the cutting and specifically before you apply any product for the styling. Alessandro is going to be using a very moisturizing curl cream, specifically through the top part of the hair where the shorter layers are. This is where we really want to enhance a lot of the movement that's going to sit forward on the face. So we really need to place the product very evenly and distribute it throughout the whole of the hair, but specifically through the top quarter of the haircut. Once Alessandro has applied the product evenly, he's now going to place the client's head slightly forward, which allows the hair to create a little bit more volume from the roots through to the ends. And he's combed all of the hair forward, and he's going to be working with the diffuser on the hairdryer on a low speed and a medium heat, just crunching it together with his hands and with the diffuser, just giving it a very nice natural finish. Once the drying has been completed, Alessandro has the hair now to about 90% dry. He's going to let the last 10% dry naturally on its own as he starts to personalize the haircut. He's going to be very visual with the personalization. He doesn't need to go in with his comb and comb all of the hair out. He's going to destroy all of the beautiful texture that he just created with the product and the drying. He's going to be simply picking out areas that look too heavy or too long and just really shaping the perimeter of the haircut with some slicing with the V of the scissors, being really, really visual. We can see that he's finishing off with the hairspray just to really lock in any moisture and texture to finish off the styling. We hope that you enjoyed watching this long length hairstyle on women's Asian thick dense hair, working with some really beautiful softness and layers running through the frontal area. We hope to see you on the next one.